Last week in sunny California, the home track team got the race victory. Here tonight, 24 drivers will tackle on the biggest race yet of the 2025 season. It is the Daytona 250, just days before the Wawa Cup Series and the Daytona 500. We will get one of the biggest wins on the season here tonight at Daytona. Hello everybody, it's Nathan Stapleton here and welcome to Daytona International Speedway. Continuing speed weeks here on the channel. Last time we had qualifying, and now it is the Sprint Series turn to do battle on the high ranks of Daytona. It's going to be a fun one. Realistically, anyone has a shot to get the race win here tonight. And mostly I do end up taking the points lead early on because it is very tight between the top four and the point standings. Once again, we got Ladovic up here at the booth, and welcome back to Daytona.
Hello.
So, with this track being absolutely chaos, and with the points being as tight as they are, the top four in points are all separated by 3 points, and they all signed up this week. How do you think that's going to shake out here tonight?
Well, to be honest, I think at this track specifically, no one really cares about the championship. It's all about winning that race. It's Daytona. It's the big race of the season. You want to win it. So I don't think any of these guys are going to especially care about the championship. I think they'll care more about the win. But yeah, the championship is very tight. And at this point, we're only seeing 4 front runners. But hey, one big one and everything could change in this season. So we'll be on the watch here today.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Still totally to mention the points, but it's still going to be very interesting on what ends up happening and leaving tonight. If we get the big one, like you said, it could be a early pivot towards the championship here tonight. And Abel, the only driver to have 2 top 5s in the first 2 races, has a 1 point over Anthony Hernandez. Third in points is Carson Miller, -2. And then Alexander Rowe, who won last week at Auto Club Speedway, is in 4th, -3. BB Ruiz is in 5th, -11. Chase McClure is in 6th, -13. Zane Davison is in 7th, -14. Campbell Marsh is in 8th, -15. Marcus Glitch is in 9th, after still only doing the season opener at New Smyrna, has a 17-point disadvantage. And then Hallie Hansen Jr. rounds out the top 10 in the point standings. Here are the drivers here tonight at Daytona. We got the number 1 of Alexander Rowe. Last week's winner was the fastest driver in that race. And alongside is the number 9 sister Anthony Hernandez. BB Ruiz in the 57. And the number 37 of Aaron Abel. And then we got the 05, who won last week as a caller. And we got Warren Smith in it this week. And then we got the 82 of Carson Miller once again. Then we got the number 87 of Campbell Marsh and the 69 of Matt Blatt. And then we got Andrew Williams back in the 13 and the 90 of Nathan Faden. The number 50 of Chase McClure and the 02 of Hallie Anson Jr. The number 99 of Corey Case and the number 4 of Sammy Kamara. And then we got the number 3 of Trey Smith and the 52 of Garrett Sandowska. And then we got the number 81 of Michael Lewis and the 98 of J.R. Rippleton. And then the 6 drivers that did not compete last week but are back or are new. The 93 of Christian Vargas, first race back since the season opener. And the 93, the 97 is Richard Kinghart. The 64, that is Samuel Oskin. And the number 39 is Angel Olvera. The number 56 this week is Stephen Waters. And then the number 88, not Stuart Grand this week, it is Spencer Lee. And with that being said, 24 cars here at Daytona as normal, and one of the longer races of the season for the Sprint Series, 25 laps. Gonna put you on the spot. This is possibly the hardest track to make the pit, but who do you think will win the Daytona 250?
Well, I've got to pick Antonio Hernandez, second in points. of the drivers who have competed in both races so far this season, he has the highest finishing position, average finishing position, of any of them. So I think he could win. He has a good starting spot on the outside pole. So yes, I think he will win today.
Not bad Pitt. Definitely had a good start to the season. I know a thing or two about Anthony Hernandez and Joe Silva and my Silva, and he seems to be fast here so far in the whole sprint series and could be a very solid pit. Might have to watch out for some of these other drivers like Alexander Rowe on the pole trying to go 2 in a row, and Andrew Williams trying to finally break through 400 plus days without getting a win. That would be special for him to get a win here tonight in that number 13. And it's also going to be interesting if one of the drivers in the back in the field that did not race last week can pull off the upset win. Because basically, if they're in the field here tonight, you have a shot, and it's going to be interesting on who ends up getting the race win. Of course, next week will be at Atlanta, so that's going to be interesting. But no one's worried about Atlanta. No one is even worried about the championship here tonight. Everyone wants to win the Daytona 250. Off of turn number 4, pace car will dive down onto pit road, and that will leave the field in the hands of these two on the front row. Alexander Rowe, last week's winner, and Anthony Hernandez, second in the point standings. And continuing Speedway here on AG, the channel, we have green flag racing for the Daytona 250 for the Herr Sprint Series. Good stuff from Alexander Rowe, but here comes BP Ruiz on the inside, and maybe even Warren Smith might make it 3 wide for the lead, but he's going to push the 57 for now. But he is going to go for the race lead, 3 wide at the line. I believe it was Ruiz, and then number 57, no, it was Rowe, barely got it at the line. And here we go, 3 wide already from the 05 of Warren Smith.
They need to be very careful here. At the back, they were almost 4 wide after not even 1 lap. If you go 4 wide here, there's a large chance that it ends in a massive wreck. So being 3 wide on lap number 2 might not be the greatest idea.
Yeah, we saw that almost 4 wide in the back on lap 1, and that is the trouble spot. 4 wide has a 50-50 chance, and most of the time it does not work out. But how about Alexander Rowe? Got the best starting spot that he can get with that win last week and being fastest, doing the fastest lap. And he's out front right now. Warren Smith in the 05. And here comes Andrew Williams in the number 13. A lot of 3 wide, 2, now 3 rows deep. And some cars in the back just trying to stay calm. This is, like I said, one of the longer races of the Sprint Series this season, 25 laps. And have to see what ends up happening. Right now, Warren Smith doing a good job in the middle, and right now that 13 is not getting the push that he needs to get to the inside of Warren Smith. Maybe in 3 and 4 and down the front switch you can, but right now is Alexander Rowe in his car that he drove last week, 1-2.
And I think at this point, the last thing you want to have, well, you want to be, is stuck on that middle lane. Because if there is a big one, and the possibility of getting a big one is pretty heavy here, because they're very aggressive for the moment. If you're on that middle lane, you're kind of stuck between 2 cars. You can't really decide what you want to do. So at this point, getting in that middle lane is a crazy idea, at least to me. But yeah, Alexander Rowe having a great start here. However, maybe here comes the 05, maybe not. Oh yes, there it goes.
And a odd situation here. We got a 3-car breakaway for the moment. As they in a row, trying to keep it on the outside lane, but Warren Smith trying to make it work on the inside. Ruiz is going to go up top, and that's probably going to help, well, keep the race lead. But here comes the rest of the pack. It did not take long for them to catch up to the top 3. Here comes the 50, Chase McClure, but in that car, all 3 races so far. And at the time being, it's going to be Alexander as the race leader, but watch out for BP on this outside lane. And here comes the 99 of Corey Case as well on the outside. Atlanta still has a shot now. 3 by 3 by 3, 5 volts deep here at Daytona. And we're only on lap 5, still 20 laps to go. And these guys, like I said, are getting aggressive early.
Very impressive racing, I'll say. Alexander Herr is great at placing his cars just the right place where he blocks the lane but doesn't get compromised on the inside lane and loses the spot. So yes, I think Alexander Herr is driving really smart at the moment. Not well, as I say that, he might be overtaking that inside lane. Seems to have a lot of momentum coming out of 2 here. But yes, Alexander Herr is doing a really good job here at keeping the race lead. As oof, I didn't like that. That looked like the 50 kind of looked to go to the to that sort of between the 3 and the 50 to create a 4th line. I don't even think about it yet.
At the moment, it looks like the 2 Draconian racing cars were going to work together down the back stretch, but Michael Lewis said, "Nah, I don't want to. I want to challenge this number 1." And right now, no one can at the moment. We'll see if the number 39 of Angel Overa started in the back challenge, and same with Sam Oskin and the 64. I'm getting a little bit nervous here at Daytona a little bit. The entire field now is 3 wide, besides that number 1 of Alexander Rowe. And here we go. We might go side by side. A great one from the number 39, and here comes Michael Lewis to the inside on lap number 7 to lap 8. Rowe is still gonna keep it, but maybe not for much longer.
Well, this might look like a modern Cup Series fuel-saving Daytona run, but I assure you it's not. All of these drivers are really aggressive at the moment, and they're really trying to move. It's just the way the track is set up, and for this particular scenario, I think they're all just 3 wide. That is very worrying. One single error from one single driver here in this field, and it's gone. The field is gone.
One single error could mean disaster here at Daytona, and it does not take much to slip up the racetrack and go 4 wide. And we have a new challenger. We got the number 39 of Angel Overa versus Alexander Rowe. Rowe has a very strong car in that Trackhouse car, but we'll see how long he can keep it. Here comes more of these drivers that started in the back. The 64 of Cement Oskin, the 88 of Spencer Lee, the 97 of Richard Kinghart, and then the 52 of Gail Zadoska, all on the inside lane, followed by another driver that started in the back of J.L. Wimbledon. But look at the 64 and look at both of their cars that drove it 1-2 on this inside lane. And their teammates work together this time. Looks like that might be the case here coming to lap 10.
That's good to see. That's what I like. They don't need to fight yet. But yes, I'll say, I think it took so long before somebody overtook Alexander Rowe. It's just, every time they tried to overtake him, they went to try to get his draft, but they placed themselves in the middle lane by doing that. So so someone would just come by the inside and they'd lose all their momentum. This would, honestly, the run here by Oskin was really good to be able to overtake Rowe, but now he's in the same situation Rowe was in a couple of laps ago, of just trying to maintain this race lead. But I don't know how well he'll be able to do it, because the 97 comes from the inside. Richard Kinhart may take the race lead very soon.
I'm not sure if that 64 quite has the race leading speed as Alexander Rowe, but on the bright side for Oskin, he does have Alexander Rowe pushing him, and we saw of how strong that number 1 car was early on. And now, 3 wide once again. Here comes the number 52 being pushed by the 98 of Wimbledon, and then the 69 of Matt Black. And hopefully this doesn't happen, knock on wood, but these guys are getting very, very tight together. And, well, here we go. What a move from Alexander Wolf from top to bottom. And we might
Wow.
see him go back to the race lead already here at Daytona.
I've rarely seen such domination in an equal rating series at Daytona. This is an incredible run by Alexander Rowe, and I don't know how many laps he has to run until he gets the most laps led secured, but it's probably not many at this point.
That was a nice move from Oskin. He said, "Oh, we're gonna do that in 3 and 4. Let me do that in 1 and 2, shall we?" And he takes the race lead right back from him. And Roll might do it again here in 3 and 4, and he's going to do it again. These are just going back and forth for the race lead. Fantastic stuff here at Daytona, but this might open up the door for some of these cars behind them if these guys keep on doing it. And Roll is going to lead a second straight lap, but we have 3 lead changes in the last 2 laps here at Daytona, halfway through the Daytona 250, and honestly, it might come down to Rowe and Oskin at this point.
And Oskin is getting a big push from that outside lane, and that is very good for him. But let's see, coming out of the corner, yeah, the one has a big push from the inside lane now as well. It just took a bit of time for it to get there. Well, it's actually the middle lane who's pushing Rowe. Huh, interesting. But it seems like that outside lane has a lot of grip. It's pretty good here today.
Yeah, sometimes the inside lane has the advantage, but a lot of times the outside lane is the dominant lane. But I feel like this inside lane can be competitive, especially with Roll on that inside. And we're just chilling in the back on that red number 13. Realizes, hey, there's still 11 laps to go. Still has plenty of time for these guys to be crazy and wreck. And it might not be a bad strategy. Roll back to the point. The number 52 of Zadoska trying to give this inside lane to work. But that inside lane was working, and now they broke up. Matt Blatt is there, but he's about a car length behind. So this might work out for Alexander Rowe here in the front stretch. And coming to the line, 11 laps to go. I don't know what else to say, but Alexander Rowe might go 2 in a row.
Yeah. That is... I mean, wow. I'm just... Everything the field throws at Alexander Rowe yet, and they're just... Alexander Rowe and Samad Oskin are just not caring what anyone does in the field. They're just able to come back from it. Maybe it's their car. Maybe it's just placement. I don't even know exactly how they are able to do it. But they're just laughing at the field. Being able to pull gaps you're usually not being able to pull at Daytona. So very impressive drive from both of these drivers, but especially Rowe. Wow.
Oh yeah, definitely, and we don't normally see this, but it's easy to say that these two are the best cars in the field here tonight at Daytona. 10 laps to go until Alexander Rowe tries to go 2 in a row. Yes, that was a pun on purpose. But Rowe trying to hang on. Definitely the most deserving driver so far, but that does not always mean the case here at Daytona. And 10 laps is still a long time. King in this number 97 on the outside. Same with the number 3 of Trey Smith. And here comes Matt Blatt's gonna shove Oskin. And now this is gonna get interesting. Oskin now has help behind. And we'll see what ends up happening. 9 laps to go. Fantastic stuff here tonight. And it is all leading up to the Volvo Cup Series Daytona 500 on Sunday. But we'll see if he wins this one here tonight.
I'll say they're kind of starting to calm down a little bit with the 3 wide. It hasn't been 3 wide in the top 8, let's say, for a few amount of laps at this point. So maybe they're starting to realize a bit that as the race is advancing, oh, we may have a chance in this, so we don't want to throw it away with a stupid wreck. But hey, at the back, they're starting to get a little bit impatient. They're seeing wilder lanes than at the beginning of the race, and maybe the point is we're coming closer and closer to the point of no return. So they need to be very careful to not wreck too late in the race if they want to have a chance to win it. Or maybe to help their teammate win it.
Yeah, definitely. We've seen it in the past where these guys tend to wreck too late, and then that's it. Point of no return is 3 laps, and we'll see what ends up happening. A little bit more 3 wide, and Williams in the back trying to make some moves, along with the number 90 of Nathan Fayen making some moves. Same with the 56 is up here of Stephen Wallace. And it's getting down to crunch time. It's still these two cars that have dominated all night long. And what a push from the 97 down the front stretch right there. Gonna give Alexander another lap led. And I think it's almost certain Ladova that Alexander will probably get that bonus point for leading the most laps here tonight.
Yes, and he needs it for the championship. He'll probably take the lead, but anything that happens. But hey, the more points, the better. And at this point, it is getting quite impressive. Look at the lines they're pulling in the middle of the straight here. The 56 and the 90 and the 87. Just that is irresponsible. That's wreck leading material there.
Yeah, that was a little bit of a sketchy plot down the back stretch right there, and we'll see what ends up happening here with Wallace and Marsh in the 56 and 87. Andrew Williams bided his time in at number 13, waited to see if they were about to wreck. They didn't. Now he is up front. Anthony Hernandez is back up front. Hallie Anderson Jr. is up front. A lot of new players late. Can anyone challenge for the race to lead? That was a little bit close from Andrew Williams. Thought about 4 wide. You cannot do that here late. I mean, you can now because we will go back green, but here in 3 laps time, you won't be able to do that anymore. 5 laps to go at the line. It is still Woe and Oz can lead these 2 lanes. 5 laps to go in the Daytona 250.
Man, at this point, the middle lane is just having no grip. Seems like maybe it's just because of the tires, but oh, they need to be careful here. 4 wide.
Oh no, the thing I've been scared of all night long, and there they go! It's the big one at Daytona! Oh my goodness, close the middle of the map, Blatt. The last week's corner of the 05.
Shootout here.
And we should be able to go back green here at Daytona.
Wow.
And this is big, that because of everyone that's behind Alexander Woe was involved, he's going to fall back to 4th here. And it's going to be Oskin as the race leader. Well, it happened. 4 wide. And that is what happens when you go 4 wide here at Daytona.
I will need to see your replay soon, but that seemed like a stupid block to me. But yes, this is... Well, yeah, it happened, and we're gonna come back to green with 2 or 1 lap. I think it's gonna be 1. Yeah. So
probably 1 or 2. We'll see what ends up happening.
But this is gonna be it's basically gonna be between anyone in the top 5. I don't think anyone outside of the top 5 has a chance now. Because there's just not enough laps, sadly. But hey, Alexander Rowe now is in a bad position, even if he has been very dominant today.
And now he's in a scenario where on the restart he's going to have to do a dead-on type situation and go from 4th to 1st in just 1 or 2 laps. And we've seen he might have the car to do it. We just have to wait and see. Unfortunately, one of the cars that was involved was Carson Miller, 3rd in points back there, and we'll see what ends up happening on the restart. But first, let's see what sparked the big one at Daytona in the Daytona 250. Here we go. This will happen to bring out the first caution and most likely the only caution here tonight. Mosh went up the racetrack, got into the 56 a little bit, and that opened up the door for Andrew Williams and the number 13. And with it being 5 laps to go, you have to take it at this point. And unfortunately, Matt Black has nowhere to really go, and 4 wide does not go well at Daytona, and it doesn't once again. Unfortunately, right there, Matt Black hits the corner panel of Sammy Camara. Well, not Sammy Camara, the 87 of Campbell Motion. Up the track they go into the 97, the 305, the 90, the 82, the 02. A lot of cars went around, and a lot of cars just spun around here in this one. Unfortunately, Matt Black, I think, got the short end of the stick with a lot of big hits for that machine. Customer goes spinning all the way down to the inside. Definitely for Sammy Kamala, and the number 4 got clipped, but was able to keep on going. And you see the 82 keep on spinning. A heartbreaker for a lot of drivers, but especially Customer was still there in the point standings. And most likely won't be any more. A couple of close calls, but that was it. Basically, what Ladova was saying in the background, it was the spin one here at Daytona, off of turn number 2.
Alright, well, you see there. Just trying to go for a gap, thinking that he can make it, create a bit of space between the 69 and the 56. Realizing, oh, there's no space, but it's too late because the 13 went to the inside. And then, well, yeah, inevitable. You can't really go 4 wide and expect to survive, especially with 5 laps to go in this race. So it's gonna be a caution, and we'll get a restart. Hey, the driver's in first. Maybe he can win this. We'll see. But yeah,
Gonna be interesting if Oz can get the job done. Has been the second dominant driver of the night, and we'll see what ends up happening. It will be a sprint to the finish. A 2-lap shootout at Daytona, and let's find out who will win the biggest race of the season in the Daytona 250. Welcome back to the Herr Sprint Series at Daytona, and we got really lucky right there, and we will have a 2-lap shootout here at Daytona. And well, I guess the Sprint Series name is living up to its name here tonight, because it will be a sprint to the finish in the Daytona 250. Sam Oscar will be the race leader. Then the 56 who's trying to go 2 out of 3 as a car to win early in the season. And then you got Andrew Williams, and Alexander Moe, Anthony Hernandez, the top 5. Hal Anderson Jr., the number 39 of O'Farrell, the 97 of King Hart, the 87 of Marsh, and then the 88 of Spencer Lee rounds out the top 10. And it's going to get good. It's going to come down to the initial start on this restart. 2 laps, 5 miles. Who will win the Daytona 250? A great restart from the 56 of Stephen Waters here on the restart. But that's probably going to be too early, especially with the cars behind him. The 13, the 1 of Alexander Rowe, and Anthony Hernandez, the 2 cars that started on the restart. Look
at the speed!
Alexander Rowe might go to the wall still.
Oh my god, look at the 96! Had a great restart here, and it's gonna look, at least for a second, that's an impressive restart from Hernandez, my pick twin. But hey, look at this. That was a wild restart. We had a lot of variations in the speed here of everyone restarting.
And here we go. It's still up in the air. Who's going to win the Daytona 250 final lap? Hernandez might have a shot. Here comes the number 39 of Olvera, Spencer Lee. And Abel is up here late. But that 56 is picking the best driver of the night to get pushed here on this final lap. And that's Alexander Rowe. Alexander Rowe is going to have help from the 64 though. If he can get clear down that back stretch, he could have a shot. He is going to get clear. Will Rowe make a move in 3 and 4? Yes, he does. Side by side through 3 and 4. Alexander Rowe trying to go 2 in a row. And he's going to restart from 4th and try to take the race lead. He is clear. But can he hang on to the race lead at the finish line? Yes, he will. Alexander Rowe will go 2 in a row in the Herr Sprint Series. Whew.
That was something. That was a roller coaster of emotions here. Hey, third for my car. I'll take it. Third and eighth. Hey.
Wow.
Wow. That was. I mean, he took pole. He led surely most laps. He might have led 20 laps in this race. Hey, who knows? Yeah, he completely deserved that. That was a great ride for him.
Unfortunately for him, he did not get the fastest lap to complete the sweep. He got the 14th fastest lap, but what a performance right there from Alexander Wolf. 4th to 1st in 2 laps, and Alexander Wolf goes 2 in a row in the whole sprint series. What a race here tonight at Daytona, and if that did not get you pumped up for the duel tomorrow night, and then the top tracks to open on Friday, the bottom of the Pro Series on Saturday, and the World Cup Series 500 on Sunday, I don't know what will, because that came down to the line. What a finish for Alexander Wolf. 31 1,000ths of a second, and two out of the first 3 races came down to less than a 10th. Fantastic stuff so far in the sprint series. Great one from Stephen Wallace in second, Oskin in third, Hernandez in fourth, Williams in fifth, O'Farrell in sixth, Haley Anderson Jr. in seventh, Spencer Lee in eighth, Corey Case in ninth, and Aaron Abel will round out the top 10. Chase McClure, Cheryl Rippleton, Michael Lewis, Sammy Camara, Richard Kinghart, Campbell Marsh, B.B. Ruiz, Dathan Faden, Christian Vargas, Warren Smith, Trey Smith, Garrett Sandowska, Carlos Miller with a tough break here tonight was involved in the big one, and Matt Black in the number 69 rounds out the field. Great stuff here tonight, Ladovic, and that's the first of many races here at Daytona this weekend.
Yes, I mean, if every race is like this one, if every race is like this one, I mean, it's nothing. It'll be the best speed week in channel history. This is an incredible race we had here. Alexander Rowe dominating, but hey, he was challenged a lot in this race. He 100% deserves it, and he'll get the points lead, probably by a few points, because Carson Miller was involved in that. Antonio Hernandez only finished fourth in the end, and Aaron Abel, we didn't say anything about him all race long, so it was a pretty quiet day for Aaron Abel. But yes, Alexander Rowe gets the dub and 100% deserves it.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, with all the crossover moves between Rowe and Oskin, and then the incredible 4th to 1st one at the restart. I said right before that watch Alexander Rowe do a Daytona and go from 4th to 1st in 2 laps. Well, he sure did, and Rowe gets his 2nd win in a row, and we'll see if he can go 3 in a row at Atlanta next week. But thanks for the Ladovic for joining me up here in the booth for this one, and the points will be at the end of the video as always. Sign-ups might be happening right now for Atlanta next week, and if that's the case, go sign up. And once again, congratulations to Trackhouse Racing, Reggie Fogman, and Alexander Wolf for the race win. And we will see you guys next week at Atlanta for race number 4 of the Herr Sprint.